Om Pranavadhano Sharojatma Brahmata Laksha Uchate Apramatena Vedavam Sharavatan Mayo Bhavet. This prayer this morning is saying Om is the bow and the individual soul is the arrow. And the target is consciousness, cosmic soul. And without any mistake, that arrow has to hit the target. And when it hits the target, it becomes one with the target. In the same way too, that we in our lives, our goal in life is to have this individual soul merge back into that cosmic soul or consciousness. This morning, welcome again to this mandir, and it's such a beautiful morning. The sun is not going to be coming out today because it's a little cloudy there, but we know it's there. It's not that the sun is not there, but the cloud is blocking it. In the same way too, this illusionary world is blocking us, that we have adopted and recognized that it's permanent when it's impermanent. And is blocking us from us realizing that we are that cosmic soul. This morning, I just want to reflect a little on BHARAT SEVASHRAM saying, let us bring in the Guru, Swami Parameshananda ji. Om Bhara Om Dhyana Mulam Guru Murti Puja Mulam Guru Param Mantra Mulam Guru Vakyam Moksha Mulam Guru Kripa. Dhyana Mulam Guru Murti, let us do worship on the Guru. Puja Mulam, Arati, we do that Shakti Arati, where we surrender ourselves to the Guru. And then, of course, the utterances of the Guru, Shanga Gita, Shangavani, for us at the BHARAT SEVASHRAM Sheng. We recite that. It's something that we should memorize. And it just says, what is the goal of life? Self-realization, universal emancipation. What is religion? Self-sacrifice, self-abnegation, self-discipline, adherence to truth and countenance. What is real death? Forgetfulness of the self. What is real life? Self-possession, self-remembrance, self-consciousness. What a real virtue is heroism, virility, humanness, and aspiration for emancipation. What are real sins? Weakness, fear, cowardice, meanness, and selfishness. What are real sources of strength? Patience, fortitude, and endurance. What are real assets? Self-confidence, self-reliance, self-respect. What are real enemies? Indolence, slumber, inertia, procrastination, lustful senses, and passions. What are real friends? Energy, enthusiasm, perseverance. And when we do this and we worship the Guru, meditate on the Guru, and chant these divine messages, then what is at hand? Puja Mulam Guru, Moksha Mulam Guru Kripa. That this manifestation of consciousness, Swami Parameshananda, will give us our moksha, liberation. It is so beautiful when you get a glimpse of this moksha. And through the blessings of Swami Parameshananda ji, he can transmit that knowledge directly, as in the olden days, the original saints, when they were sitting, and the knowledge transmitted, and we call that the Vedas, and then of course the Upanishads. This morning I want to touch off on that, a beautiful from Mundak Upanishad, where Saunaka, a householder, went to Angiras. I said, Guruji, with prostrations, Guruji, what is that wanting, the real wanting, the real, and then I know that I would know everything. And then, but the Guruji started to tell the story. But who is this Angiras? He's the fifth descendant of Brahma. It was Brahma, Atharva, Angira, a descendant of Bharadwaj, Satyavaha, and then Angiras. So the Guru is no other than the descendant of Lord Brahma, And also Saunaka was a descendant of Bharadwaj also. So he was an able student. So then the Guruji says there are two kinds of knowledge, para and apara. And he delineates what is apara, which is he told Tatra para Rigved, Shamaved, Atharveda, Yajurveda, Shiksha, Kalpo, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandi, Jyotisham. The Angiras, the Guru told Saunaka, here, my dear disciple, this book knowledge, even the Vedas, is the lower knowledge, because the Vedas on all the grammar, academic knowledge, and even astrology, these are all the lower knowledge. But then the disciple was asking, why is the Guruji tell me what it is not? You see, here we are standing and we're looking at the 5 elements, the 5 murtis that are in us and out there: earth, water, fire, air, and space. And they're in us. They make up this body. And from them, the 5 senses are feeding us information, and they become our mind. And this is our mind. And then from our mind, we decide through our intellect what we should do. So the Guruji was telling the disciple what it is not. So it's from the known to the unknown. So here we are, we're seeing all these 5 elements. We know it's the lower nature because they are our body. But he's going to tell him now what is keeping us alive. He's going to describe that, and he's going to say, this is the real knowledge. When you know what is keeping us alive, this consciousness, when you know that, then he's going to say, Yatad agresham, agrayam, agotram, avarnam, achakshu, shrotram, tarapani, padam, sarvagatim, vivum, yadbote yuni, paripashyanti, dhiraha. And this is coming from Mundaka Upanishad. What you can do when you're through with listening to me, Google Mundaka Upanishad and look for Adi Shankaracharya commentary, and you go and read it. This is your human effort, because when you go and you read this, then it's going to solidify your belief system on what I'm trying to tell you now. So this is saying that the Guruji Angiras is telling Saunaka, look, this thing that I'm telling you about, it has no properties, it has no gotras, it has no lineage. It is so subtle. It's subtler than the subtlest. And to give an example of what I mean by that, we have these 5 elements, and the grossest of it is earth. Then it's water, fire, air, and space. Now space is the subtlest. We can't talk about space, but yet says space is supporting the other 4 elements. Imagine, subtler than space is this consciousness. So this is what the Guruji is trying to tell him, this subtlety. And then he goes to say the last word, Yat Bhuta Yoni. From this womb, from the womb of consciousness, the whole of creation came. And this is what Krishna Bhagavan was saying, that Arjuna, in my belly, it's the universe existed. All of creation exists in my belly, in the Bhagavad Gita. So this morning, when we have to get to that place, if we don't get to that place of consciousness, what is going to happen? We are going to live life, and because what is coming from the environment, so when it's good, it's going to make us happy. When it's not to our liking, it's going to make us unhappy. That we have these 2 opposites, likes and dislike, pleasure and pain. That when we are swayed by pleasure and we're swayed by pain, then we are like up and down. We're oscillating from sadness, sorrow to happiness. But we want to be in bliss. This bliss is what is so necessary. And at this point in time, I want to say, let us go to that place, as Saunaka was saying. But he gave a very good example what he's trying to say. Yatorna dabi srajatena grinna Think of the spider. He's giving this example that the spider, in the body of the spider, is the material cause and the efficient cause. From the body of the spider, the web comes out and the spider makes its web. He doesn't go to an architect. He himself is the architect. He will decide, okay, I need to attach the web to this wall and that wall and make a circle so the flies will come and they'll light, and the web web is sticky, and then the spider will go and catch this is his food. So the spider is the efficient cause and the material cause. In other words, in our body, we have the material cause, which is our body, and the efficient cause is the consciousness. So look how beautiful nature is teaching us. The spider is teaching us how to be realize that we are the material cause and the efficient cause. And at this time, I want to pray this morning that, when we think of the great souls like the Buddha and Christ, I always say this because I really don't read much of the Bible, but I know Christ is the manifestation of consciousness. The Buddha, I don't read the scriptures of Buddhism, but I know the Buddha is a manifestation of consciousness. That open-mindedness, have a mind that's open to everything and attached to no thing. In other words, let us not be attached to our scriptures, the books, as Angulas, Guru Angrias is telling to Saunaka, that this is the lower knowledge, the upper Vidya, the Vedas and all the academic learning. So this morning, let's just elevate ourselves. Let us think that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, rather than human beings having a spiritual experience. Let us move up. Don't we have the power? We have the Guru. We have Swami Parameshananda ji. We have Krishna Bhagawan. We have Lord Shiva. We have Mother Durga that taught us all of these. These are manifestations of consciousness. Let us go and lift ourselves. It is time that we enjoy bliss in this lifetime rather than wait for it for some after we pass away. No, we have to enjoy the bliss in this lifetime. Isn't this beautiful that we're here? And I always close by saying, let us chant some Guru Mantra. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. 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 Look at the Shiva Lingam in that fountain. Concentrate, think that is Lord Shiva. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. Guru Mata Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha, Tere Charano Me Guru, Mera Koti Pranam. Tumi Jnana Data, Tumi Shakti Data, Tumi Shanti Data, Tumi Mukti Data, Tere Charano Me Guru, Mera Koti Pranam. Tumi Vidata, Tumi Parampita, Tumi Raj Dhiraj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Mata Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha, Tere Charano Me Guru, Mera Koti Pranam. Ah, how blessed that we are. We have someone like Swami Parameshananda ji, manifestation of consciousness, incarnation of Shiva Bhagwan. Bharat SEVASHRAM saying, it is bigger body. Let us worship him in his bigger body. Let us worshiping in his murti. Let us worshiping him as his divine power, consciousness. How blessed that we are in this lifetime. That you also, whatever guru you worship, have that conviction that that is God, that one-pointedness, and you surrender thousands of times. This morning I send you these blessings. Have no fear. Think that you are, our prayer should be, God, Guruji, I want to be like you. Help me to rediscover I'm just like you. Help me to rediscover this Paravidya and let me come out from this illusionary Aparavidya and come to that place. Give me that moksha in this lifetime, O Gurudev. Hari Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om.